of the children of Israel.
We are the children of Israel.
We b'nei Israel.
אנחנו בני ישראל.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Your Arms to Israel International Ministries and our studio. It's wonderful to have you with us this week, ready to join us in the Nazarene Yisraelite truth of the Latter-day Gathering and restoration of both houses of Yisrael. There really is no other message in Scripture. It is a message of Yahshua gathering the nations, turning them from the ways of their pagan ancestors, leaving their Western Gentile mindset behind, because it is written in Yirmiyahu chapter 16 that in the latter days all men will come from the ends of the earth saying, truly we have inherited only lies, only vanity, and only falsehood. And in the latter days men will acknowledge their pagan foundation and will say, in that day, Jeremiah 16, Yirmiyahu says that they shall know, the nations, they shall know that I am Yahweh Elohim. And so that's what we're all about, this Your Arms to Israel International Ministries Shabbat Video Club. We're honored to have you with us. We're honored that you've taken the time to be with us. And please feel free to share these wonderful messages that are anointed and pinpointedly, accurately guided by the Ruach HaKodesh. And as you stay with us through the months and through the weeks, you will see your most kadosh emunah, faith, being built up in the truth of the commonwealth. That's right, the commonwealth of Israel. Yahweh wants you and I to be equal heirs, equal partakers, equal citizens, drinking of that same commonwealth, because Yeshua is king of Yisrael, and certainly not of a separate non-Yisraelite entity. And so sit back and again, make yourselves at home and be comfortable with us, and we'll go right now, immediately, into today's special Shabbat service. Shabbat Shalom. ready for the word of Yahweh? Tov, I'm ready to deliver it. I'm ready to bring it forth. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. We have our Spanish translation all taken care of? Not yet? Okay. Well, we'll have it momentarily when Angela moves to the rear. Help! All right. Part 2, tribal choosing, returning regulations. Tribal choosing, returning regulations. Part 2. What did we learn last week? Does anyone remember? Tell me. What did we learn last week? That Yahweh brings in the galut, that Yahweh ends the diaspora, but it is man who will allot the tribal inheritance back in the land. Do you remember that? 12. I'm glad. 7 days is not a long time to be able to hold on to something. And so we've got so many Ephraimites now returning to the truth, and so many Ephraimites coming to the realization of who they are as the other house of Israel, that logically and understandably, folks want to know, what tribe am I from? Wouldn't that be nice to know?
Of course.
As an Ephraimite, wouldn't that be nice to know?
Yes.
I'm from Issachar, I'm from Levi, I'm from whatever, Asher, I'm from God, pardon me, I'm from Dan, right? Wouldn't it be nice to know what tribe we're from?
Yes.
And so we've got this, I don't know, this hanging theology. For some reason, it's kind of like a hanging theology. That Yeshua will return, and how many believe that he actually will return?
Amen.
And when he returns, he will what? Tell us what tribe we are from, right? Wrong. 100% wrong. He'll tell us and show us what to choose the land, but Yeshua will end the exile. Yeshua will end the galut. He will bring us back with an outstretched arm and with a mighty hand. Because we have no power in ourselves to end the galut. So what is Yahweh's role? We learned last week. Pay attention. What was Yahweh's role in this end time move? To bring us back. But not to reveal our tribal identity. And how many Ephraimites today are waiting for the return of Yeshua to learn their tribal identity? Everybody thinks Yeshua is going to tell me what tribe I'm from. No, we learned last week that wasn't true. I can't go over what we learned last week. I just simply don't have the time to do that. So I would suggest you get the tape if you would like to know what we went over last week. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Join me please to Yechezkel 37. Yechezkel 37. Yahweh put you under a teaching ministry. You want a teaching ministry, that means you need to sit and listen to learn.
Amen.
You can't be concerned about your toast in the refrigerator. Okay, you can't be concerned with where is he, where is she. Why aren't they here today? Okay, if that's what you're thinking, you're not ready to receive the word. Yechezkel 37, verse 11. Again, part 2 of this message entitled, Tribal Choosing, Returning Regulations. We will come back to the land of Israel. Just like we've come back spiritually to Yahweh through his blessed Son, Yeshua HaMoshiach, we will at one day somehow return to the land of Israel when Yahweh ends the galut, when Yahweh ends the exile of our people. Yeshua will return and we will be raptured from Costa Rica, from Honduras, from Puerto Rico. We will be raptured to Israel. If you're waiting to be raptured to heaven, please, you're going to have to order an oxygen tank with an oxygen mask, because there is no rapture to heaven. You've been lied to. But there is a rapture coming. And you can read about it in Matthew 24, where Yeshua said that the Son of Man, Ben Adam, would gather together his elect from the four winds under the heavens. Which part of under don't we understand? Under the heavens, and he will gather them and bring them into the kingdom on earth, where Yeshua will rule and reign over the house of David, reunited for a millennium or 1,000 years. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. So we will return. But when we get back, how will we know where we settle? How will we know if we settle in the land of Judah, in the land of Dan, in the land of Manasseh? Or Gad, or Asher, or Naphtali, or Zebulun? How do we know? Because Yeshua is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And because Malachi 3:6 says, I am Yahweh, I change not, therefore you sons of Yaakov are not consumed. And because Yahweh doesn't change, what he did before, he's doing now. And what he's doing now, he will yet do when he returns. And he sends Yeshua, whom the heavens must receive until the time, restoration, Maaseh Shlichim 3:21, of all things. The heavens must receive Yeshua until the restoration of all things. And one of the things he's going to return is the personal power for redeemed Israel to give out and to assign territory and land. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. How do we see this? Let's see it again. Yechezkel 37, and let's start in verse 11. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived. Talking about the dry bones. And stood upon their feet an exceeding great army. Israel fully restored. Then he said to me, Ben Adam, these bones are the whole Beit Yisrael. You see these bones? They are all 12 tribes. They are both houses of Israel. All 12 tribes. Therefore, see, they say, look, verse 12, our bones are dry and our tikva is lost. We are cut off. Therefore, verse 12, Ezekiel 37, prophesy and say to them, this says the Master Yahweh. See, all my people, I will open your graves, I will cause you to come out of your graves, I will bring you into the land of Israel, and you shall know that I am Yahweh. When I have opened your graves, O my people, and brought you up out of your graves to the land. And you shall, I will put my Ruach HaKodesh in you, and you shall live. And I will place you in your own land, and then you shall know that I, Yahweh, have spoken it and performed it. When I have opened your graves and taken you out of your graves, so that you can fly to heaven to be with Saint Valentine. Right? Wrong. Look at verse 14. And you will live where? And I will place you where? In your own land. So we will be resurrected to live in the land, not raptured so we can fly on the space station next to Saturn and the Hubble Space Telescope. Whatever that is. All right? Which is coming down anyway. So Yahweh says, I will resurrect you and bring you out of your grave so that you may live in the land that I have put you. For the dry bones are not just Jewish Israel. The dry bones are both houses of Israel, or all 12 tribes of Israel, both houses.
Both houses.
Baruch Hashem Yahweh.
Hashem Yahweh.
We shall live. And we will live where? He will place us in our own land. Then you will know that I have spoken it. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Now go with me to Yechezkel. So what's going to happen to the nation of Israel? Like dry bones coming to life, we will come to life. We will jump out of the grave. Why? Because Yahshua said in Yochanan 11, 25 and 26, I am the rapture and the life, right? Wrong. I am the resurrection and the life.
Amen.
And so we are coming up out of our graves, and we will be settled in the land of Israel, both houses. And when we get there, what are we to do? What are we going to do in the land? How many times can you kiss the Wailing Wall? Are we going to go every day to kiss the Wailing Wall? Yeah, maybe. And what do you do when you run out of kisses? Eventually, there's got to be something else that's going to happen when we return. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. I said Baruch Hashem Yahweh. So Yechezkel 47:21 tells us. Yechezkel 47:21 tells us. After we return, it says verse 21. So shall you wait for the Lord to return, and he will give you the tribe and your answer, and then you'll know what tribe you're from. Is that what it says? No. Here's what it says in verse 21. So when you return and I bring you out of your grave so that you can return, then you shall divide the land according to the tribes. And it shall come to pass, meaning what? It's a definite, because he calls those things that are not as though they were. It shall come to, not maybe, don't pray, it shall come to pass. It's going to happen when you come back, when these bones live, when the dry bones come out of the grave, when both houses, Jewish and non-Jewish. Make sure you translate that right for our visitors. Jewish and non-Jewish Israel, because we read today in today's Torah Parsha that Yahweh will multiply Israel 1,000 times through the house of Joseph, or non-Jewish Israel. Most of Israel is not Jewish. Come on. Say amen. The Jews are a part of Israel, but they are certainly not anywhere near a majority in Israel. Yahweh said, I will bring Yosef upon you. I will increase you in the soul. The secret is, here's how I'm going to multiply you 1,000 times. I will bring Yosef into the equation, and I will fill the world. Out of 6 billion, there'll be 4 billion Israelites, and out of the 4 billion, there'll be a handful that'll be saved. But there'll still be 4 billion. Because only a remnant shall be saved at this time, according to Chesed and Rachamim, Romiyah 11:5. So out of 4 billion Israelites, only a remnant shall be redeemed, saved, and blood washed. And we are that faithful remnant out of the 4 billion. But that doesn't mean the guy who's at the gas station, who's at Publix, or who's at Walgreens or Walmart is not an Israelite. He's just a blind, dumb, and stupid Israelite, just like you and I used to be, blind, dumb, and stupid. So if there was hope for us, there's tikvah also for them.
That's right.
We are Israel. Now look at verse 22. It shall come to pass that you shall divide the land, divide it, what's it? The land, by lot. What's a modern way of saying lot? Prayer, supplication, intercession, fasting, seeking the face of Yahweh. You will divide it by lot for an inheritance for you. Who's you? All the house of Israel. For you and to the foreigners that sojourn among you, which shall beget children among you. They shall be to you as one born in the country among the children of Israel. Who are Ephraimites today? They look like foreigners, they speak like foreigners, they act like foreigners. From all outward appearances, they are Gentiles, because Yahweh said that the seed of Ephraim, Israel, will become the fullness of the Gentiles, or the fullness of the nations. So who are these foreigners in the Atid Lavo? How many Gentiles will inherit the Atid Lavo?
0.
How many pagans will inherit the Atid Lavo?
0.
How many of those who hate Yahweh and His Son will inherit the Atid Lavo?
0.
So who must these foreigners be? Who are these strangers? We know that no unsaved people, no unredeemed people, no unregenerate people will inherit the kingdom of Yahweh. Here all of a sudden in the Atid Lavo, in clear millennial scriptures, we see in Yechezkel that there will be foreigners and strangers who look like Gentiles, act like Gentiles, walk like Gentiles, talk like Gentiles, keep Christmas and Easter like Gentiles, and saying Christmas instead of Christmas doesn't make you an Israelite. And if you have a Christmas tree in your home and you're a believer, you have personal issues that I can't help you with. And you ought to tell your mom and your brother and your sister that you're not coming this year.
Don't get me there.
Keep your nog and keep your egg. I'll keep the Torah, thank you. You go nog your egg, I'll keep the Torah. I don't need your egg nog to get high no more.
Hallelujah.
Look at verse 22. These foreigners, these strangers, these sojourners among you, they're with us. The only one coming back to Israel in the millennium, the Atid Lavo, are those who are approved by the Father. They are approved by the Father. How many